Welcome to Inner Light. My name is Angela, and in this video we're going to explore a key component to happiness and also find ways that we can experience a more joyous and fulfilled life. Stay tuned. One of the things that most people have in common is their motivation and desire just to be happy. Now, scientific research has proven that one of the key components into being happy is how much gratitude we express in our lives. One of the difficult things we experience that makes it hard for us to express genuine gratitude is that we have conditioned ourselves to focus our attention on things that causes us not to feel like being grateful. And I'm gonna do an exercise here for you to illustrate this. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you see in this picture, in this image? Most of you, when you look at this image, see a sad emoji face. Now this image represents the totality of our lives. The white portion of it represents everything that is going well. The fact that we can walk, the fact that we can see, the fact that we have food on our table, the fact that we have a place to sleep, the fact that we have a job, the fact that we have a car, family, friends, and on and on. The sad emoji face represents the issues of our life. And there is this human tendency that we focus all our attention in the issues of life, believing that if we put all our attention in these issues, that somehow they're going to be resolved, and in the future, when they are resolved, then we're going to be happy. The problem with that approach is that when we put too much focus on the issues of our life, we begin to expand. We end up turning a storm into a hurricane, and we end up allowing those issues to stay longer with us than they should. In contrast, if we begin to develop the art of noticing everything that is right with our life and expressing gratitude towards them, then the issues of life, they begin to be diminished. They lose their power over us. They lose their importance. And we are able, in spite of the fact that we have issues in our life, to attain some measure of happiness. Our mind can take us to heaven, and our mind can take us to hell. So it's very important that we understand the workings of our mind so we can begin to direct our attention to more pleasant things rather than more things that cause us to feel aggravated. And so for most of us, our thoughts are like wild horses. A thought pops into our head and we just go for this wild ride, and it takes us wherever it wants. However, one of the most important skills that we can learn in our lives is, just as we train that wild horse to go where we want, we need to also train our thoughts to go in the direction that we choose. And so the trick here is not to allow your environment to control the way you feel and the way you think. And I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say that you go into the highway like I-95. Those of you who live in Miami know exactly what I'm talking about. So you go into I-95 and all of a sudden there's this accident and the traffic's jammed. Now, you can allow that to cause you to feel frustrated and angry and impatient and feel miserable. Or you can realize that it is what it is. Your anger is not going to make the traffic move faster. So might as well just sit, relax, and do something to enjoy the ride. Maybe put some nice music, maybe practice mindfulness, maybe go through a gratitude list. Just, change your attitude towards whatever it is and accept what it is. I was watching TV the other day, and a minister gave an illustration that I thought it was very interesting. He said that you cannot control the birds that are flying above your head, but you can control what kind of birds you're going to allow to create nests in your head. Meaning that You may not have control of what kind of thoughts are going to pop into your head. However, you do have the control of whatever thoughts you're going to allow to stay. And so I'd like to do an exercise here together with you. And so I will invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and just repeat silently within yourself. Thank you for the fact that I have legs and I can walk. Thank you for the fact that I can see. Thank you for the food on my table every single day. Thank you that I have a place to live and to sleep. Thank you for the connection that I have with other people and the love I share with them. Thank you for my family and friends. They bring joy into my life. Thank you for the opportunities that are coming my way. Thank you for the abundance that is on its way to me. And I invite you to open up your eyes and just remember, this exercise only took less than a minute. If we can do this exercise every day, like when you're walking your dog, when you're driving to work, when you're in bed getting ready to go to sleep, this exercise, even though it's very simple, is going to begin to train your mind to look for the things that are going well in your life, bringing you more joy and more fulfillment. You can actually be creative and express gratitude for different things at different times. I once heard of this lady. She was extremely grateful. She really trained herself to express gratitude no matter what. So when the weather was beautiful, she would go out in nature and just express gratitude for the beautiful weather and how wonderful it was to be in nature. When the weather was bad and it was raining, she expressed gratitude for the fact that the rain was watering the plants and the grass. Sometimes she would come home late from work and she would have to park a few blocks down the street. And as she was walking home, she would express gratitude for the fact that she had legs, that she could walk. Not only that, but she would do this gratitude exercise just like we did. And she began to bring to remembrance things that she could be grateful for during that day. Now, that used to annoy her neighbor. She used to have a neighbor that was an atheist, and he was so annoyed with the way she was, always happy, always grateful. So on Thanksgiving Day, he decided that he was going to teach her a lesson. So he went to the supermarket, he bought all kinds of foods, he bought this basket, he paid for everything, and he brought it up and he put it right in front of her doorsteps. He hid behind the tree right next to the door and waited for her to come out. When she came out, she looked at the basket and she couldn't believe it. First thing she did, she turned up to heaven and she said, "Thank you so much for this unexpected abundance. I really was not expecting this. You're so good." By that time, the neighbor came out of the tree, looked at her and said, "Well, I knew you're going to think God has something to do with it." And she said, "Yes, you're right." And he goes, "Well, you were wrong. God has nothing to do with it. I'm the one who went to the supermarket. I'm the one who bought everything. I'm the one who paid for everything. See, God had nothing to do with it." So she looked at him, she turned up to heavens and goes, "Thank you, God. Not only you blessed me with this unexpected abundance, but you made the devil or my neighbor pay for the whole thing." It was just a joke. But it had an important message. Some people think that you need to be first happy and then you be grateful. But the opposite is true. If you begin to find ways to express gratitude right where you are, that in and of itself will lead you to a much more joyous and fulfilling life. there was a spiritual teacher and master from Japan known as Misho-sama. And in one of his teachings, he said, "Rejoice, and joyous things will come to you." Now notice, he didn't say, when joyous things come to you, then you rejoice. On the contrary, he said, rejoice, and that attitude will bring to you more things to be joyous. There's so much power in being grateful and appreciate the good things of life that will lift up your vibration and will attract to you everything that you need to live a joyous, happy, and fulfilled life. Thank you very much for watching this video. There are several other really nice videos on my channel. I'd like to encourage you to visit the channel and take a look. Also, write a comment below and let me know what are you grateful for. If you like it, click the like button below, subscribe to the channel. If you know of anyone that could benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. A big hug to you, much love from my heart to your heart. I see you in love and light. Namaste.